Hello and welcome to MCFC 9320 PUBcast. Tonight we're going to speak about anything you want, whether it's Omar Berrada, whatever he's called, anything you want. Greatest ever matches, floor's open to you all. Good evening, Anne-Marie, and good evening, Paddy. No idea where Stan is, because Stan's a law to himself, as we know. How is everyone?
Good.
That's right. That's right.
Good. Hello, everybody who's already in the chat. Let's see what we've got in already. What was that? The junior staying after the Argos Wallop Scout 5-1 was it? I've not really.
It was 5-1 with another bunny hat trick. We were in a different league to Liverpool today.
I was with playing them then.
But they played really well, and it could have been more. Could have been a lot more. So full credit to the ladies team.
Yeah.
Good result.
So that's why the floor's open tonight, because A, there's no men's football, and B, I couldn't be asked preparing to, with me being my birthday weekend, I just couldn't be asked prepping for anything other than just the floor's open to everyone. So yeah, well done to the ladies today. What those people thoughts on Omar Berrada? For me, this is my stance on it. Yeah, he'll know quite significant things what are going on behind the scenes at the City and stuff like that. But I'm sure he'd have had to have signed an NDA. I believe he's not allowed to start with the Rags until the summer
Next year.
Not that bothered. But for me, and it's not as if we're losing Pep to him or Haaland to him or anybody else to him, is it? It's just like, listen. If he's gone purely for the money, he's gone purely for the money. I'm sure we'd move jobs to rivals if the extra money or a different job role. Because he's gone to be the CEO at the Rags, hasn't he? So listen, I've seen death threats and everything against it on Twitter, and it's just like, really, just
against Omar.
Yeah, death threats and everything. It's like. It's unnecessary. Anyway, what's your thoughts on it, Anne-Marie? Go on.
I think, for me, I think we have to look at this in a positive way. The reason being that if he's willing to jump ship to United, and United must have enough about them to know that he'd be due a ban if we get found guilty.
But
from these 115 charges.
But, right, just let's say, even though it's not going to happen, worst case scenario, City got charged for whatever, and he was doing the dealings or whatever. Just because he's moved and employed him to say it won't catch up with him, it's still be liable for.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. If he was found to be part of it and be guilty of it, he'd get a footballing ban. He wouldn't be allowed to work in football.
I agree. I've seen all over social media like, oh yeah, he must know something to jump ship.
I see it the other way.
Especially that scraggy little bint, whatever she's called. Alice Talks Footy or something. The daft little bint. It just shows you he's left City at their greatest period in their time to United's worse than he's joined us. Hello.
Yeah, but look, even at the best of times, she's a dimwit.
Yeah. Thanks for all the birthday wishes as well, guys. Very much appreciated.
The likes of her give women in men's football a bad name because she's talking out of her jacksie.
It's just
itself.
For me, it's like next, they come and go, Paddy, don't they?
Well, if you just take into consideration the post 2008 era in terms of players and playing staff and stuff like that, we've replaced Company, Silva, Aguero, Zabaleta, The list goes on. Like, just because a COO, he wasn't even the CEO with us, leaves, he was just the chief operating officer with us. Yes, he's going to go with a certain amount of knowledge. Good luck to him. But I think because Man City got their fingers burnt before when the coaches left the Liverpool and they disclosed the database, the scouting system, I think he will be signed up well, good and tight in NDA that he'll not be able to, because it'll stand out. If he goes at it, it will stand out in sore thumb. But what I don't understand, right? Like, just even for the lads in the chat, like, just financial fair play. I know
lads.
That's a collective term where I come from, girls and boys, and anything in between.
Can you say
Folks,
that?
Yeah.
You carry on digging, mate, and I'll give you another shovel.
Anybody listening to me that knows lads means unisex.
But what Alex saying there, heard nothing but this crap about Omar Sharif going to the Rags like they've won the league. It is. It's like they've got one up on City. Listen, if City really wanted to keep him, and it was all about money or stature, promotion, City could have quite easily boxed that off. I am certain. So will he be replaced? I don't think you need to replace him because Cheeky does all the transfer.
Do you not think though, within the club itself, be it a player or whoever,
yeah,
if they want to go, the club let them go. And it's like your man who went to Leicester. Now, fair play to him. He's doing a great job with Leicester this season.
Mm-hmm.
But, does City regret letting him go?
Listen,
not this year.
It doesn't matter for me, and this is not being big-headed or blasé. Once you're at City, whether it's a player, CEO, or whatever, there's only one place to go once you leave. There's no higher place to go, be it Real Madrid, Barcelona. There is no.
You say that, Andy, right? Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man United, they're all in debt. Every last one. Like, if the Glazers decided in the morning they pull out of United, say if they went belly up, United's going belly up. They're over $1 billion in debt, and still they ram this financial fair play down our throat. How can you have financial fair play if you're $1 billion in debt? They're actually over $1 billion in debt.
Mm-hmm.
How can you have that?
It's a good point, that, Paddy, because that's what I don't get with all this financial fair play and with the Premier League rules of this sustainability. How are United not getting done for all this stuff because of their massive, massive debt?
Because they're one of the cartel, aren't they?
I know, but that can't be. They can't continue to get away with it because of that, because that defeats all the rules that they've got in place. You're looking at, what, £600 million in debt?
More, it's over $1 billion.
It's
now.
more
It's 1.167 billion.
Nothing happens to them.
And something, Martin makes a good point there. To me, it's more evidence that we're innocent, as he was a huge part behind the transfers and sponsorship. Don't believe this. He had no involvement. I agree. Well, I agree with it to a certain extent. Cheeky is the one who pulls at the strings for transfers and stuff like that. Like, I've seen all sorts of nonsense, and it's all going to come out now. Like, oh, he was instrumental in bringing Haaland to City, and when he was on the verge of joining United. It's like, really? Shut up, you absolute knob jockeys, because Haaland himself, as well as his dad, actually said the line of preferences. United was nowhere near that anyway. So, like, if he wouldn't have gone to us, Haaland, he would have gone to Real Madrid.
He'd never have gone to United. Never in a million years would he have gone to United.
But that's the crap what we're seeing now, and it's just like, so listen, everybody brace yourself, because we're going to be getting all this now up until these charges disappear, in my humble opinion. So yeah, I'm not too overly fussed about him, if I'm honest.
See, that's the thing, Andy. They're never going to disappear, are they?
No, but even like I always say, even when we clear our name, we'll always be known as cheats. We can either let it drive us mad, or we'll just laugh it off. I just laugh it off now because I'm not fussed in any way, shape, or form. It'll never stop us seeing what we've seen as City fans.
A fan of any other football club, right? No matter what the division they're in, they couldn't seriously sit in front of us and say our owners have never pulled off a shady deal or done something a bit shady. They get one up on another person or whatever. Like, are you telling me the Glazers are squeaky clean or FSG are squeaky clean? Mm-hmm. So Arsenal already sacked George Graham for taking bombs back along. You know, they're just jealous of what we have, and I don't blame them because we've been there and we've seen that stupid banner at Old Trafford rubbed in our faces every year after year after year. So I don't blame them of being jealous, but we never had the media behind us like they do. Like every time United score or Liverpool score or Arsenal score, you think your man was going to come out through the TV media. They get so excited. Mm-hmm. That's what happens to another team. Listen, there.
Andrew is not studying to become a Casey. He's studying to work at KFC, mate. Don't encourage me. Yeah, Pardo. I am thirsty, mate. It's when you've been ruined by alcohol over the weekend and you just quench your thirst. Yeah.
How many people you hold down and pour the drink down your throat?
How many what?
How many people did it take to hold you down and pour the drink down your throat?
Oh, honestly, last night. I was fighting not to drink anything, but when they kept bringing trays of shots and everything over, I was like, no. As you do. Blue Art said, is an odd one, as he's really with the best club in the world right now. But if he wants a new challenge, that's life and good luck to him. Personally, I think City will survive. Absolutely, mate. And that's what I'm saying, Blue Art. It's, would I change my employer to a rival if I was offered promotion or bigger salary? Yeah, I've got no real affection for who I work for. I'm being honest, and I'm sure there's a lot of people like that. Like, for instance, go on, Anne-Marie.
Well, I was just going to say the other thing is, Andy, 99% of City fans wouldn't have known who he was.
Absolutely.
Until that news broke yesterday.
No, you said it, Anne-Marie.
Yeah.
No, you said it.
I didn't have a clue who he was till I saw that last night.
Yeah, I did. I did.
It's different for us as fans. We're loyal or whatever. But take us outside of football, and if somebody's going to sign a bigger check for you, of course you're going to go to your rival, because you've no skin in the game. We have skin in the game. We're fans. We're passionate and we're loyal. So you can't compare like for like. Like if they turn around and says to you, Omar, I'll give you an extra 200 or 300,000 a week.
Yeah, and something. It's good to see sensible people. It's in the chat. It's like you say, mate. We're ingrained into it. But what is quite funny though, and listen, this is why you should always be careful while you put what you put in the public domain. All his anti-United tweets are coming back to bite him on the arse at the minute, and it's so funny. I do find that funny. Have you seen them all where he was taking the mickey out United and stuff like that when Barcelona beat them and stuff like that? Always be careful.
But it's the mere fact that Sky Sports, them two morons that were on Sky Sports this morning, said that he wasn't involved in the transfers or he wasn't there at that time. So he started working at Man City in 2011.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's during the time we've been charged with all these alleged breaches.
It is, and sorry, Paul, go on.
I think your man, that financial advisor who was on Talk Sport along with that clown Jordan, like what he was saying is right. They'd be not alone. Like you have to find, like as a King's Counsel senior barrister, you have to go out the limb and turn around and say, Man City, all them different companies, all them different states are guilty of fraud. He says, and there's nobody going to put their neck on the line for that. You just can't do that.
Imri Verradi or whatever his name was, won't be there long. It's bananas, isn't it? Bananas. Yeah, I agree with Alec there. City will continue success on and off the pitch. No, I'm
that goes
absolutely
without saying.
Yeah.
It goes without saying, because this fella might go to United. He's not going to have the support and the backup of what he had at City.
No.
He's not going to have that at United because theirs is a completely different setup.
And everybody's assuming he's going to be the CEO there. I reckon he's going to be their new centre-back because he's younger than Johnny Evans.
Like he's good in there, all joking aside, he's going from a well-oiled machine, pardon the pun, to an absolute dysfunctional club. Like even if he went out and he signed another 10 Haalands for United, they're giving them Haalands to Eric Ten Hag, and you give him 50 Haalands, and he won't do anything with them. It's the same as you give a tradesman a set of tools. You give one carpenter a set of tools and another carpenter a set of tools, and ask them to put a roof on a house. One might make a hames of it, and the other will be a genius. And we have that genius already. They don't and never will.
That's it. And DC, mate, has made an absolutely brilliant point there. We don't force people to stay. The players or staff. Enzo, Arteta, Omar, Vea, Con Dios, and Rolo. Have you noticed I left Rolo till the last then? Say that the last Rolo for you there, Anne-Marie.
Oh, God. That's
no,
great.
Listen, Pep's stance is, I know this wouldn't have been directly involved with Pep, but it seems like the club's ethos is, if you don't want to be here, see ya. No, we've seen that when with Pep with players, haven't we? If you don't want to be here, see ya. Don't care who you are, you're gone. And it'll be the same. That'll be the same fabric all the way up through the club. Totally agree, DC. Totally agree. Yeah. So anyway, he's gone. Move on. So no City this weekend. Liverpool was it 3-0?
Yeah.
So that takes us five points behind with a game in hand. Listen, that's a game we expected them to win anyway. But you know something? They didn't seem like they was playing their level best again today. Second half, I turned off at 3-0. If I'm honest. But is anything troubling you this season?
How could anything possibly trouble you when we've had probably our crisis, as they call it, and Arsenal won yesterday and we're still above them in the league? How could you be troubled by that?
Because like we said, Anne-Marie, it's a case of when we went to win the World Cup, we was expecting coming back being 9-10 points behind.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Liverpool.
That hasn't happened.
And we're finding ourselves effectively, if we win our game and 2 points behind them, we beat Liverpool, we go above them. So for me,
and they're not. I mean, they're not. No matter how many times I watch them, they're not all that. They're just not all that.
And we're not the same.
No.
They're not. They're not the Liverpool of old. Not a hope.
No way. So I've got nothing to fear in that at all. And
no.
I think we just, as always, we just keep our heads down, get on and do our job, and we'll be fine.
Yeah. And Johnny Stones is training in the Far East. I know Haaland is not training, but Johnny Stones is. He's training with the first team.
That's good news.
So, do you find it a little bit concerning that Erling's not training?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Actually, yeah. they're not releasing the medical information what's actually wrong with him.
Because he did actually start training, didn't he? So we thought he was going to be fit.
He broke down in the training. He kind of crashed because they were putting up photographs of him. They got thumper jumping through hoops, and then all of a sudden nothing gone. So he kind of broke down in training.
So this could potentially, because we don't know the full extent, this could potentially put us in the in line for a striker. Would you take Benzema on loan for 6 months? I would.
No, he's not the doctor of the player. No, he would wreck the joint. No.
How'd you work that one out?
He's just too disruptive.
Listen, let's see what the guy's saying in chat. If Benzema was offered to us for 6 months, 6 month loan, would you take him? I, for one, absolutely I would. Absolutely.
Taking him with his big ego, is it?
Listen, there's no egos at City, mate. And Pep, why has he got an ego? How do you know he's got an ego?
Just read about him.
Oh, you read about him, Martin. Have a word with Paddy, mate. I'm always going on at you about reading about people. I only take notice of stories like that when I actually hear audio interviews, because papers are misleading, aren't they, Anne-Marie?
Yeah, they are, but I wouldn't touch Benzema with a barge pole. I don't think we need him, and I do think he'll be looking for mega money, and I just think, why do it? Why put unrest in the dressing room at this point? We don't need it.
Why unrest? Where's this unrest come from?
Because I think there is a good chance that he could cause trouble for us.
Why?
Well, I just do, and I don't think we need to bring him.
Right,
I don't think we need another striker.
Listen. You'd be getting, it's still a Rolls Royce of a player on a 6 month deal. It is a
if he's that good a player, why is he in the market?
Because it's coming to their thing, isn't it? They're sort of like winter break, if you like.
But go off past experiences, Andy, and the amount of research we do into a player and have them followed by PIs and stuff like that. We're not going to sign a player a snap signing for 6 months, not knowing what he's truly like. So I'd say that's a big dream.
I just think it would be a no-brainer. But like you said earlier, see, for me, it's key that Stones is back in training, and I believe Mr. Diaz has ditched his blonde beauty. Anne-Marie smiling as if you've got a chance, love. You've got no chance, Anne-Marie, just because she's out of the picture, love.
Look, I can dream, Andy. I can dream. Anyway,
you were shacked up with Riyadh. We know where your priorities are, love. Yeah. So listen. If
he had to go to the Far East. Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't get away. He couldn't get away quick enough from Anne-Marie.
Yeah, Bayern orders was a work. The restraining orders, we had to go.
Brilliant. But you know something? Joking aside,
Anne-Marie, I know you love me.
I love him. Absolutely love him.
I love you too.
Hey, it's not been out that one, as it were, for a while, has it? Eh?
No, and it better not come out again.
Right, let's read some of the comments regarding Benzema. Top of the league. What?
She said make one for Diaz and you can play that.
Yeah. Top of the league says no to Benzema. Beyond Belief says no. Alex says no. DC, no. Ian Spencer, no.
Oh, look at that, you see, Andy.
No to Benzema from Super City.
Nobody agrees with you. Oh, dear.
Martin says, why do we have two people? Hang on, what's Martin saying here? Why do we have two people telling me the same Benzema stuff? Well, think they've rang each other. Mate, I have genuinely not got a clue what you're on about. Genuinely not got a clue what you're on about. But
Remember, Martin, it's not an in the know.
it's only using
Unlike
the
your
name,
good
Martin.
self.
Richo 65, even a serious question. Are City fans worried about the 115 charges? No, mate, not in any way, shape,
Not
or
in the
form.
least.
Not in, I don't know whether any of the guys in the chat are worried about him, but yeah, listen, we will be proven innocent. And there's going to be there's bound to be shocks.
If and when we get proven innocent, Andy, I want it. Well, yeah, when, but I want a massive, big publicity thing from the Premier League apologising to us.
You won't get that.
But we should do, because what they've done is they've tarnished our name by saying we've done all these things wrong.
Do you know what I'd love to see? And I don't understand the Premier League of charges them because there's jeopardy, but they've charged us for the same thing UEFA has charged us with. But when we are cleared, the following day, I'd like Muldoon sit down and say, we're taking legal suits against Neville, Spitty, Sky Sports, Miguel, and all the rest of them who slapped City for the last 5 years. I'd love to see that.
I would, but it's not going to happen, mate, because City don't do that. City just let them get on with it and just pretty much ignore them, don't they? But I'd love to, especially especially Carragher, because he's just vile. He is just absolutely vile. Yeah. And I don't really want to speak about him anymore anyway.
What about the 7 or 8 clubs that were all looking for us to get charged, including the likes of Burnley and Everton, 9, Newcastle?
9.
You know, what happens with them? Because
They've gone
out.
Listen, Everton. Yeah, Everton was one of them clubs what went against us. Hang on. And by the way, not in a Marvin Gaye kind of way, but I've heard it through the grapevine that Everton are possibly looking at a 3rd charge.
That wouldn't surprise me.
So Pardo says there, are we linked with Benzema? Don't know, mate. I just heard that he was available for a 6-month loan period, and I thought, that could be a go. It's like DC says that. I'm worried about Haaland's injury, though. So, okay, then. Let's flip it around a little bit. Right. We don't know what's happening with Haaland. Haaland could potentially be out for another, just say theoretically, another 4, 5, 6 weeks. Wouldn't you rather bring in a top striker on loan to pretty much safeguard winning the Premier League or Champions League or whatever? Just as
I think we've done all right without Haaland.
Do you think we need him? Seriously.
I'd take him. He's the guy oozes quality. He won the Ballon d'Or last season. You don't win the Ballon d'Or, mind you, it is Real Madrid, isn't it? But no, seriously, that's disrespectful too. I think he would be absolutely ideal for us. So I don't know whether we link with him.
There's 2 things in that. He won the Ballon d'Or last year, and now he's available for a 6 months loan. And the other thing is, let me finish. City know exactly what's happening with Haaland, and if they need to get cover, that plan in place. Because the days of organic buying are over. So if they know Haaland's going to be out next 2 months or a month or whatever, and they think we could be doing a bit of cover, that plan will already be in place.
Not one person agrees with me.
Shocker.
No, seriously, I'm staggered.
What was them shots you were thinking last? Stupid shots, was it? Stupid shots last night.
I was Jaegers, Sambu, someone called a Barbie bomb. What's a Barbie bomb?
A what?
A Barbie bomb.
I know, but I'm guessing it was pink.
Oh, well done, Miss Marple. So, okay then, no Benzema. So, do you think we will? Do you think we will make a signing? Considering it's what, I don't know why I'm looking what day it is. It's my birthday. Consider it's the 21st today. Crazy man. I just
looking like we are going to sign one. Is it? We're not going to sign. Look like we're really signing anyone. I think the Calvin Phillips is going to West Ham, or something.
where did I say Calvin Phillips would be best suited? That's not in the know.
Be right. Names of your Benzema.
So, could Paqueta be coming?
No.
How do you know? Have you been talking to Martin?
No, I haven't, but I'm getting, you're like a broken record, Andy. That's what it is. You've been on about him for weeks. Why on earth? I don't get why we would. He's gone. Why would we sign an injured player?
We do that. We have a history of that.
Gundogan.
We signed Gundogan when he was injured.
Yeah, but he was totally different.
Are you what?
You see what Paqueta was offering to us.
After the show, I'm going to drug test you two. DC says, Amorim wisely binned off Riyadh. Let the spawn of Dawn Ward have him.
Very good point, DC.
Oh, that's cruel. That's cruel. Stephen Graves says, strikers have a different mentality. Most want to be the centre of attention. Benzema strikes me as that type of player.
Which will not cut it inside the Etihad. It won't cut it.
Okay, Pep. Mark Prendergast, Benzema was found guilty in a sex tape blackmail. Stay clear. Well, that proves it then. He is going to United then. Omar's going to take him.
He's fit right in there.
Oh, by the way, I believe Mason Greenwood's going back there.
Probably is.
He should never get to play for United again.
Some might say he's made an error in life and he needs a second chance.
No, I don't think you can do that.
No, by the way, that's not my belief. That's just devil's advocate.
Yes, I know what you're playing at, but there's just no way. He's paid people off to get away with that. That's it. It's as simple as that. And I don't think that he should be allowed to play for any Premier League club again. Because the thing is,
but if he kicks a ball for United again, we're condoning what he did.
But the chances are, if he's done it once, he'll do it again.
Okay, would you like to see somebody coming, or do you think it'll upset the apple cart?
I don't think we need that question.
Paddy, you're disgusting.
Oh.
As I said last week, and I said it, I still think we'll bring two in. I do. Because people might say we don't need to replace Calvin Phillips because he's not been playing anyway. But numbers, all it takes then is more injuries, because we've had more injuries this season than we've ever had, and it doesn't seem like, although we're getting a lot of the players back now, it doesn't seem any sign of slowing down in the respect of like Stones here. We don't know what Stones is going to be like. We just don't know. I think Doku will always be prone to injuries as well because of his style of play, the way he's fast and he's aggressive in his running and stuff like that. Hey, I just do. Yeah, right. What I want to know off the guys in chat, right, is if you could have one dream signing, whether it's now, well, it will be in January, in the summer, who would you take? Who would you take, Paddy?
I take Jude at Real Madrid.
Who?
Jude at Real Madrid.
And Marie? You don't say re-sign Mahrez, aren't you?
No, not a hope in hell.
You can't say that in recording. Yes.
No, something. Keith makes a good point there, and like we've been saying, Alvarez is shattered.
But I think we've going back to the Haaland injury. I think we've been a little bit misled by Pep, if I'm honest.
In what way?
Because when he originally got injured, Pep said that 2-3 weeks or two, and then hopefully he can come back and whatever. And that's obviously rubbish. And now we're still not seeing him. Yeah, it is.
What, with Haaland?
He was on the way back.
If he was on the verge of coming back, which
no, I'm on about when he first got the injury, which was after the Aston Villa game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And at that point, when he didn't play the next game, and I can't remember who it was off the top of my head.
Is it Liverpool?
It could have been, yeah. And Pep said, he's got a problem with his foot. It could be that he's out for 2 weeks, could be out for 3 weeks. And actually, that's not been the case at all, because he hasn't featured, even at the Club World Cup thing. They were on about him being ready for that, and he still hasn't featured. And if he's still not training, it makes me think his injury is a lot worse than we've been led to believe.
So, and that's what I'm saying about safeguarding by bringing someone in. But like Sections just said there, I'd rather go back to playing a false nine than loaning Benlin. So, would you prefer to go false nine?
Well, we know that's worked for us in the past.
Yeah, but we're not desperate, Andy. Listen, I just was thrown out there. I'd have been shot down.
You never answered that question. You never answered your own question, actually. Who would you bring in if you had a magic wand, your dream signing? And if you say Benzema, you jump in the computer.
I'm the host. I asked the question. Who would I like to bring in? I still think João Felix has got. I've always admired João Felix. It's
like fighting Japs.
Why? I think João Felix is because I think that is aimed at me, because I am at times. You asked me a question. I didn't shoot down your
Barbie bomb coming on.
Hey?
I feel a Barbie bomb coming on. Several after them.
Top of the league says we have Oscar Bobb. You know something, and that's a great point, because I don't think Oscar Bobb is on like a different level than your McAtees and your. He's like like Foden-esque, isn't he, where in the respect of you can't see Pep loaning him out anywhere, even next season, because he's already got. He's got it, hasn't he? He's got it. The way he came on against Newcastle, and it's not just that goal. His overall contribution to when he plays for us, it's up there like Foden-esque, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's one more.
He's registered on the first team.
Just what, mate?
Oscar Bobb is registered as a first team player. McAtee was never registered.
No, I get that, mate. I'm just saying Oscar Bobb is a level above, isn't he, from other academy graduates, let's say. We know what's coming.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because
country, mate, he is.
Because we love our kids coming in and stuff like that and playing for us, breaking through, etc., etc. McAtee was highly rated. I didn't think McAtee had that elite level. What's needed?
Did you see him today?
No, mate.
No, he didn't. He didn't have a good game.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad player.
He's not at the. He wouldn't be at the City standard.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but what I'm saying is he's not that level needed for to break through into, because you're not just going to be just handed a position, now, Marie, where Pep will just go on. You're one of our kids. Go on, have a go. You've got to earn it. Anne-Marie, did I wake you up then?
Yeah, you do have to earn it. And what I think, obviously, there's a lot that goes on that we don't see. And I think it'll be, I think a lot has to do with how, when they're training, the system works then. And he'll see, and the rest of the first team will see how good Bobb is and how they can work with him and stuff like that. So I think that
made you giggle, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. But I think Bobb's going nowhere and is going to have a great future with City.
Yeah, I totally agree. As two clubs, what I pinpointed, what Martin's saying there for Calvin Phillips, I pinpointed, and I've been saying it for God knows how long, Aston Villa and West Ham. I just think if he went to somewhere like Newcastle, where he'd been touted about, he'd find him, once they start spending, that would be one of the areas where they'd probably strengthen, and that's where Phillips would find himself out of the first team picture again at Newcastle. So I think he would do well at West Ham or Villa.
That needs to place David Luiz.
David Luiz? Who's
Yeah,
David
the fella we sold the Aston Villa. We sold him, the Aston Villa, for 15 million. He never kicked the ball for us.
Do you mean Douglas? You mean Douglas Luiz?
Douglas, whatever. What do you call it?
Just being pedantic.
Paddy, have you been on them Barbie bombs?
And or you makes I just about get through without them.
Right, let's get to some of the comments regarding your dream signing. Beyond Belief says Vinicius Jr. Kimmich says DC. Section Florin Wirtz. Pardo. See, it's Iptris, Wirtz, Pardo, Kimmich. Charlie says Paqueta. DC. Kimmich. You know, Smurf. That's Martin's dream signing, that as well. It's even before he was touted with us. Michael,
yeah, he is good.
Elise, and something. Not a lot of people know he was with City for a year. Did you know that?
Where's he going to
Sure,
fit
we
in?
told us that information last week as well.
He was. Theo Hernandez says, Connor, good evening, Connor, mate. Dream signing Vinicius Jr. Could Vinicius Jr. work if Mbappe goes to Real Madrid? Because Mbappe's predominantly left side, and so is Vinicius Jr. Could it work that?
I don't think so.
Blue Art says the thing also is that most player needs half a season at least to get into Pep's football. Just sign the pre-season for me, even though I'd love Wirtz or packet of crisp. Oh mate! I know we've been touting Wirtz.
Like if he gets away with them gambling charges, there might be a possibility we will go in for him in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Steve. Douglas Luiz. Is
that David Luiz? Yeah. You numpty.
Shab with him, the brawler.
Charlie says, Alan not even training yet over in Abu Dhabi. His ankle not looking good. Is it his ankle or his foot?
Well, Pep said it was his foot.
I tell you, Charlie, she wouldn't know what to believe.
A lot doesn't come out, does it? We just see it. Martin says, I just don't see where it's happening for City. He's got Bayern Munich written all over him. Yeah, I tend to agree there with Martin because clubs sort of like use us, don't they, to manoeuvre their move wherever they want to. Especially where he's already in Germany, so I think Bayern would be the one what he would want. Saying that, but what's going on with Bayern? Eric Dyer.
I know, that's absolutely bizarre.
And
he's the only
early ones as well, apparently.
I tell you what, Eric Dyer is the only footballer what has actually got an accurate name for how he plays. He is proper Dyer. And he plays at the back, so he's diarrhea. I love it. Top of the league, maybe that is why they thought, we're told by medical, eh? But you know something? This man's back. This man's back. This is like a new signing for us this season, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
Half an hour to months.
Did you see the awards in Abu Dhabi, by the way? The way they just kept reeling bringing the players out with all the different trophies, what we've won and stuff like that. Did you?
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, right. No. Sorry, Anne-Marie. I keep waking you up tonight, don't I?
No, I'm just reading the comments.
Well, tell me which ones you want me to put up and we'll go through them. Michael says, Wirtz, Paqueta, Kimmich, but I think Wirtz is Munich bound. I tend to agree with that, Michael, if I'm being brutally honest. If Wirtz wants to win more than a German domestic, he'd better off at City. Absolutely agree with that as well, Section. And it just goes down to ambition, doesn't it? You know, because the Premier League is apparently the best football, league in the world, although the Premier League and VAR are trying to ruin that for one reason or another. But yeah, if you want, true, Anne-Marie. But I think we've learned from KDB's injury at the beginning of the season. We're making sure the players come back. The players come back are right, and that is a big difference. So, is KDB really? Haaland's going to need time to get back into his fitness as well. Because how long has he been out now? About 4 or 5 weeks.
Since November.
More, I'd say.
So, he's going to need time to get up to speed as well. That. Stuart says, Benjani.
Yeah, I think I saw somebody else. Wilfred, there you go. That one, Wilfred Bonny. Dear God.
It was his anniversary the other day since we signed him.
Evening, Anthony. Just a question. Do you think City will spend big in the summer? Yes, I do. Because what City seem to like to do, don't they? They like to boil a little bit of the urine. So I think they will do that because I don't know. I said it from the beginning. I still think Bernardo will be gone in the summer. Don't know in the know or anything. That's just a gut feeling. So no. If Bernardo goes, no, it's just a gut feeling. Like you think he'll stay, I think he'll go. If Bernardo does go, we'll need to spend big to replace him.
Obviously, yeah. But who are we bringing in? See, even if Bernardo stays or goes, who are we bringing in the summer? Do you think?
Who do I think we'll bring in?
Yeah.
No idea, mate. I'm not in the know. I just have opinions like everybody else.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I'm trying to make sense of my own head is what players are going to come in that are going to dislodge the players that are there.
Well, that's what you want. I think if Paqueta does come in, he would clearly challenge for the positions across in that area. At top of the league says there, Grealish, Bobb, Foden, Silva, KDB, Alvarez, Nunu. Still a bit of Mark and Mindy there, wasn't there? And Doku, lots to go at. It is, but it's just trying to get that right blend in there. But the key out of all them is KDB. I don't want us to burn him out. I still think we should gradually. Who's our next game? It's in the league. It's
it's FA Cup against Tottenham.
Yes, Spurs on Friday. Would you start KDB against Spurs? I wouldn't.
No, that's not. No, bring him on again. He says himself he can only play 20 minutes, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. That kick-off in Spurs on January 26th, Friday night at 8 o'clock, and Man City about their 9,000 allocation.
I think it's
sold out.
It's a credit.
Fans, apparently.
First and foremost, it's a shambles by the TV companies and stuff like that by putting the game. If it was something like Burnley versus City, short little distance there, but you got the transport times, the train times, and stuff like that. Apparently, you're going to have to leave the game about 20 minutes before the end to make sure you get your last train to Manchester. Martin's going, so he'll be fine because he does that anyway. So it's just yet again where there's just no consideration to the average football fan. What I will say is the City fans who've sold the allocation out, brilliant. You know what that is? It is incredible that for them to fill the allocation out like that on a stupid time.
I think, Andy,
absolutely ridiculous.
You think the club wants you going on the organised, like the coaches and stuff like that, rather than making your own way in a train or whatever? Because if you're going down by coaches organised by supporters clubs, it's not going to be an issue. You walk on the ground, you climb onto the coach and fall asleep and you're back in Manchester. But if you're going down there under your own steam,
they don't have steam trains now, mate.
I think, didn't the club put coaches on?
Yeah, listen. What happened to the days when you used to get a train? The football special. Direct from wherever to wherever. That never seems to happen anymore. The game's gone like. Iptra says Felix is a left winger. We need more someone who can play on the right. Yeah, I know, mate. Just saying he would sort of like be one of my dream signings. To bring him to City. I've watched him for many years. He's the lad's quality. Or better, something more versatile. Yeah. Martin would rather eat Felix cat food. I'm surprised we've not been linked to Isco. Yeah, it's true. We've not been linked to him, have we? Or Messi.
No, but you'll do that before the end of the transfer window.
Yeah. Top of the league says, my partner Portuguese watch a lot of games that involve Felix. Honestly, so wasteful. You're supposed to be nice to me on my birthday. No one's agreeing with me tonight. Dev says, stumbled the channel randomly. Big up, guys. Good evening, Dev. Hope you're enjoying it, pal. Yeah.
Evening, Dev.
Michael says, Andy, I respect your opinion. Joe Felix, have you lost the plot? I just don't know what's going on tonight.
It's a lesson you not to be drinking Barbie Bob.
Blue Heart says, Oscar Bobb is a talent and he's got the inner belief all young players need. Defo one for the future if we can give him enough time. Absolutely, mate. And I think he is potentially going to be a huge star. Itra says, Doku for me still has lots to improve despite costing 50 million. I've been saying this, and I think Doku has had one good game for us. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I always feel more comfortable when Grealish is in the team. I must admit, for the retention of the ball and stuff like that. What?
Do people
take off your Grealish coloured glasses, Andy?
Are you in steps?
Yeah. fucking tragedy listening to you.
What is going on tonight?
Doku, Doku might have had one good game, but he's been involved in quite a few good moves.
I didn't even finish what I was going to say.
And I honestly think with a lot of these players, you know yourself.
Right, so Paddy, what I was saying, right, about Doku. I'm not saying
it takes more than a season. It takes a season for them to settle in.
Let me finish, wench. Come on. Right, Doku is not a bad player. He's going to be an absolutely fantastic player. What I'm saying is he's had one good game for us, in my humble opinion. Doesn't make him a bad player.
Oh, he's had more than that.
He has got a lot to offer. My preference is to dip him in and dip him out, because I think Grealish has gone a little bit backwards this season due to that. Ake and Grealish on the left play magnificently together. They've got that understanding. It's not the same when either Gvardiol and Ake and Doku on the left. If Doku's going to play on the left, not a problem. But what I'm saying is, I agree totally with Iptras. Totally. Now you can say, go on.
Why
yeah, and I think, look, everybody has room to improve. That's life in general. But I just think that we need to kind of, with some of the newer players, you need to give them time. And it's like Nunes, Kovacic, they're not, well, you know, they've done all right. They still need time, game time and time, just in general, to settle into the setup at City, because but I would imagine that for most players, it's a completely different attitude to what they're used to. So I think they'll all come good. They just need a season. I think it's like with Phillips. Phillips needed a season and unfortunately spent most of that season injured and just never seemed to quite get it.
I think with the greatest respect to Calvin Phillips, when he was injured or he wasn't injured, he wasn't going to cut the mustache for whatever reason. Well, for the reason that the Pep plays, he's not suited to it. He can't do it. And as Pep said, that's his fault that he can't get the best out of him. But I'll tell you, if he goes to West and plays well, we can get most of our money back for him.
BB says a bone stress fracture of the foot with Haaland, we're being told. Yeah, I thought it was his foot. Stress fracture, it's a break at the end of the day, isn't it? So, but he will need to be nurtured back because all you're going to do is get a big clumsy centre half standing on his foot, to get a reaction out of that way. Alex says, I trust Pep on the board. They bring success. Absolutely, mate. They really, really do. And we are blessed, aren't we? We're in, we are blessed with what we see. Like we nitpicking like what players, would like to bring in and stuff like that. And if you think the players what we've already got, it's unbelievable. Because even you can start at the back, can't you? Edison, who I think's improved massively this season. But then you think, look at the number 2 there. Ortega's effectively a number 1 goalkeeper anywhere else, isn't he?
Yeah.
And we're blessed with the centre backs we've got. Well, defenders in general. The midfield we've got. I still think I'd like to bring just something there to a bit of backup for Haaland and Alvarez. I really do.
See that fella that we're back and we're loaning back the River Plate, is it? In Argentina. Where's he play? Is it midfielder up front?
Midfield, I think, mate. But we're not going to see him for at least a season anyway, are we? Pretty much like what we did with Alvarez. We'll let him.
He'd be joining. The same setup with Alvarez. Yeah.
I just think the club is in the right, it's in the right hands, and that's why I was saying with Omar Berrada, I'm not overly fussed, to be honest. I think it was Iptris earlier who says it was sort of like instrumental with the CFG, not actually the first team affairs like City affairs, and yeah, it doesn't bother. We've covered that one today. Steve says Bayern have no cash. It's either Madrid or City works. Well, it depends what they do with Kimmich, really, because I think they would. Bayern will always find money for stuff. And listen, they paid 100 million like that for Kane, didn't they? So they're one of the clubs in Germany what can afford anyone, I think. Martin says, just think Tuchel will leave. Alonso going to Bayern and Wirtz will follow him. What is Tuchel? Whoever, is he after getting sacked by Bayern? Because he brought Dyer in, and I think somebody above there said that Kieran Trippier's going as well.
Yeah, he's trying to bring in Kieran Trippier. They've made an offer.
Mine says Paqueta and Kimmich for me more realistic. Steve, but Emery daydreaming of Diaz, Mahrez. Emery.
Diaz, maybe. Mahrez, never.
Yeah, and again, as Martin says, the new contract, what KDB will be signing, that he ain't retiring soon, and it just shows he ain't going to Saudi Arabia either, because you got players who are looking at getting back away from Saudi now. Listen, I've played in bigger audiences than some of these players in Saudi.
Did you read Gareth Laporte's interview?
No.
And
no, I've not seen it.
They promised him the start and give it to him. He spent 3 hours to get there. They promised him there from the stars to get him there, and when he signed, it all changed. Having 3 hours there to the ground and 3 hours back and all that, he's not happy. I'd say he'd be in Europe in the summer.
Well, he was touted to go to Newcastle, wasn't he? So you got Jordan Henderson after getting out. I
hope he doesn't. I think he's a brilliant defender. Laporte is a brilliant defender.
Alex says King Kevin only needed 30 minutes, scored and an assist. Yeah, but I think if you started him, it would not be lasting. It wouldn't be lasting 90 minutes. So DC says, I think Bernardo leaves and we need to open that war chest and spend. Yeah, and again, Paddy, that was just an opinion. There's no evidence that Bernardo will leave. It's just my mumblings, mate.
But do you not think he looks like going off past season? And do you not think he looks at home or he's happier this year?
No, I don't. If I'm being totally honest.
Emery?
I think he's happy enough here. I can't see him going anywhere. And again, I'm going to say, never at any point has he asked to leave. Never.
How do you know?
Because we'd have heard
because he
about
wouldn't be
it.
there.
Exactly.
He wouldn't be there. That's why. Because Pep will turn around and say, let the door hit you in the way out.
How long have you been doing these podcasts now, Paddy?
Too long.
And that's the first bit of common sense you've ever spoken since we've been doing them. That's a great point now.
I'm not taking that off you. You're hungover. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Pardo says Savino from Girona is supposed to be nailed on in the summer. And that's the beauty of the likes of Girona. We'll get them for pretty much nothing. We'll just say, give us him, and we'll send you one of ours over. Yeah, go on.
That was another thing they block. That was another thing they tried to block, this inter-club exchange. Well, they went after Newcastle, but they weren't going after us because the Newcastle were looking, saying your man for us not bringing them in.
Yeah. You see, again, that's another one in it, Alex. Pedro Porro. You know, I've seen his name bandied about, but I don't think is the level we need. I really don't. We want. I think you said it earlier, Paddy. We want whoever comes in. We want them to be fighting. We don't want them to just be squad players like God bless him, Calvin Phillips, who's just happy to sit there on the bench smiling, chewing gum and stuff like that. We want somebody who wants to play. I accept it with Kovacic because he's at the age Kovacic where he's been there, he's done it. I don't personally think Kovacic would want to play 60 matches. I think he's happy to make a contribution.
I'm going to tell you something you're not like, and it's against one of the players that you're fond of, Nunes.
Yeah.
I don't like Nunes' attitude on the pitch.
Are you Alan from the Mancunian way? Are you Alan from the Mancunian way, mate?
You watch Nunes playing and he doesn't get the ball, he speaks from here.
Marty, we've got
he shrugs his shoulders. You never see him doing that.
Oh, love it, mate.
You never see a Man City player doing that, and the only one does it.
Yeah. Well, Jan Kuto's already our player anyway, isn't there? No, I can't see Savinho anyway. Anyway, guys, just thought we'd do a show tonight. We're at an ebb, aren't we? We know no football till Friday, so I just thought, we'd open the airwaves, as it were, and let people chat about whatever they want. So, anything else you want before we skedaddle?
No.
So, on to Spurs on Friday night. Confident?
We haven't scored there.
No.
In the league?
Yet.
I'd just like to score a goal there.
Yet. We've not scored. Listen, we've got to play them twice there this year. You'd like to think we're going to pop a goal in there.
You would like to think so.
Yeah. Anyway, we will all. Alex says, "Will there be another quiz?" Yes, mate. I was going to do one. I did promise one, didn't I, for tonight? But I've been mad busy with work. I've been on nights and that this week, and also I've been highly under the influence of Barbie bombs this weekend and stuff, mate. So I've not had time to prep it. But yeah, absolutely, we will do. Because I want to do some giveaways and stuff like that. Anyway, I always want to do this, to give a bit back into the channel and stuff. So yeah, I will do some giveaways for you. Let's see a few of the predictions for Friday in the chat before we go. I think I'm going to go for 3-1 City.
So am I.
Are you?
Yeah, 3-1 to City.
3-1 Sean Goater first goal. I used to always have that. I used to always have that. And the book is 3-1 Goater. Home and away, 3-1 Goater. 3-1 Goater. City, how it says...
3-1 Foden.
Facebook user, apologies, I don't know, says 3-1 to City. Alec, 3-0. A lot of threes. DC, 2-1. Pardo, 3-1. Good evening, I like coffee. Hope you're okay, pal. Section 2, 2-1, a few 2-1s here as well. Tris Big Morg section. Alec has even said Foden, Silva, and KDB. I'll tell you what, Alec, if that comes in with them 3 goal scorers, I will send you some goodies, my friend. As long as Spurs don't beat us 4-3. That is. So everyone, is John Macken available? Yeah. I just thought of that then when So yeah, everybody's fairly confident. Michael's going for 4-1. Absolutely brilliant. Right, guys. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to finish the stream now, and I'm going to feel sorry for myself in my hungover ways. Thank you for joining us as always, guys in the chat. As always, thank you very much for your contribution. As always tonight. It's always a pleasure. Never.
Couldn't do it without you.
No, we absolutely love it. So we will do it again. We will do it again next Sunday, and we'll be able to see if you know, if some of these predictions are right. So have a great
And
week.
see if Stan qualified at a KFC.
Yeah, and we'll see if I don't think he'll get it. I reckon he'll eat a KFC. I mean, a shop, not a bargain bucket.
As long as he gets the recipe for that secret season they have.
Yeah. Right. Cheers, guys. Have a great week, and we'll do it again next
Bye, folks.
Sunday. Bye-bye now.